Hi, referring to the chapter 3.1. Now we created the structure using the ChatGPT. Now the structure has to be uh, uploaded to the server so that we create the table in the server. That's a plan as per this video's concept. Okay, so how to do that one? We'll just copy the structure, just copy. Okay. So let it be like that. Before that, we need to go to table creation prompt. Okay. What is this prompt mean? Prompt is something, a set of instruction which will be helpful for ChatGPT to do a particular work. That's it. So we are instructing ChatGPT to create this table structure in a required format, and that required format is nothing but JSON. So JSON, you need not worry about too much as of now. Let me explain JSON in the future so that what is the purpose of JSON. In short, JSON is a language which two applications, cloud applications or whatever two kind of application can speak. That is what we call it as a JSON format, a data in a specific format which will be helpful for the cloud application to communicate. That's the purpose of the JSON. Okay, fine. With that extent, we will understand JSON. Now, this particular prompt, okay, this particular prompt, I'm going to Control A, Control C, go to the same ChatGPT continuation form, I mean, the thread, continuation thread. We will paste this one, okay? So, Control V, then click here. So what happened? It asks for the ChatGPT request for the initial. You mentioned table name should always have start with initial followed by underscore. So I need to give an initial. Okay. Let us assume this is going to be college. So CLG. Okay. Okay. I'll create a. Okay. Before going into this particular process, okay, let me first declare whether this particular initial available or not. That we should justify. Okay. How to do that one? That we need to use a application that I'm going to discuss now. Okay. Okay. So this is a application. This link will be shared by the admin to you. Okay. So there could be change in the link because it may vary depends upon the project you do. So I have taken one sample project so that under that I'm using this link. Okay. A similar link will be provided by the admin to you for login. I will call this as a project login. I would call this as a project login. Okay. Okay. Fine. In turn, let me explain this. There are going to be two logins. I will call this as login 1. Okay. Login 1. And there is something going to be login 2, which we will come across. Okay. So that I'll explain you what is the login 2. Okay. So as of now, we are specific and this login specific to the project and this login is specific to the application. Okay. Fine. So that extent, we will try to understand what is what. Okay, there are two logins required. One is to create the project. The other one is to use the application. Okay, that's what we are discussing now. Okay, so we need to check the initial whether it is available in the login 1. That's what we need to do. That's what is kept open here. Okay. And again, the username password will be provided by the admin. You just use the username and password and click. You will get into the the project details. Okay, now I'm going to create a new project. Okay, so let me click on the new project. So as per our decision, CLGE, that is what we are going to declare. Okay, so college department. Let me define. Okay, and the project folder can be same CLGE. Okay, now click save. Okay, project main added. If there is a duplication, say the CLG, whatever you have selected is already used by someone else. Okay, then it will prompt for error. Okay, now it is available, so it is created. Okay, so the initial is available. So we need to confirm whether that initial is available or not. That's the process what we did now. Okay, fine. Now we'll go back to the ChatGPT and the initial is approved. So we will use that initial. So CLGE is the initial. You just give this one and click here. It will create a JSON, right? So you need to wait till the square disappears and it comes to the normal prompt because the square indicates that the ChatGPT is still in process. Okay, so while copying, if you copy it now, this would be a partly. Generally, it won't allow until it complete, but sometimes it might be allow you to copy. In that case, it will be a problematic. So we will wait till the square disappears. So the table structure is getting created in a JSON format. Okay, and now completed. Okay, now you can copy. Copy the JSON, go back to the initial, the college initial. Now come down. There you could see new table XLS JSON. Okay. There I click on this and paste the JSON. Okay. Upload table. So JSON validation passed. That means your JSON is perfect. Okay. And all tables uploaded in the project. Okay. It has given some number also. Fine. Okay. So now come back to the masters project and the project list. Okay. So there you could see CLGE. This is your new initial you have created. Let me open that. Let me edit that. CLGE. Okay. So under the CLGE, there is a new table created called CLGE student follow-up. Okay. So this is a table which we have. The student follow-up is a name given by ChatGPT. If you are very particular, you want some other name also, you can recommend to ChatGPT. That is not a big deal. Okay. Okay. Fine. So I'll click on the edit. So let me see what are there in the table. So I'll push the menu, left menu side. So, okay. So I can see in detail. Okay. So these are the basic information about the table which we have created in the cloud. Okay. So SID is integer and here it is primary key is ticked so that it becomes the primary key. Fine. And similarly, is master ID. Is of master ID is a column generated by the system which will be used for the system. I'll explain about this in future. Okay, need not worry. Then the remaining columns and all whatever be decided. Roll number, student name, department, whatever as per our the requirement, that is all coming up. Okay. So all the corresponding column, the data type and all selected actually. So in the default column, you'll be having the enum value, that yes or no, whatever the things. Okay. And so what all need to be option? Like alternate phone number, why option? That means you need not specify. It can be specified or it can be empty also. That's what the mean option. Here you could see the title option. Okay. And index. Index, I think you need to define now. Why index is important? Index, we need to take a call. Using what and all, we will be trying to pull reports. So index will optimize the database so that the performance will be better. Okay. Preferably, you might be a request for the specific search for a specific mobile number. So I'll give index on the email. And of course, email ID, placement status, okay, and higher study status, competitive exam status. These are the things which you will be required. So you might be a request for a report list of competitive exam stat. I mean, who are willing to appear for the competitive exam. Like you can take a list, okay, that and interested in PG, okay, that. That's about. The remaining things might not required. Okay. So we need to be like, we should know what are the prominent columns which we'll be interested to list out. There is a something called student name also. Why you can ask a question, why student name not selected? And of course, roll number. Roll number. Generally, characters we won't be selecting. Characters cannot be optimized. Why? Because the same student name can be in a different format. Like for example, Jay Chandran. It can be Jaya Chandran, Jai Chandran, Jay Chandran. So lot of combination permutation possible for a single name. So utilizing the database resource on the student name doesn't make any purpose. So nothing wrong in clicking on the student name, but it doesn't solve the purpose. Uh, with respect to it, it consumes the resource. So we will avoid the consumption of resource. Okay, so that it will your database resource is also costly, so that can be saved. Okay, okay. So student name is we still you will be able to search for student. That is a different issue, but optimization will not happen. Okay, that's the only difference. Okay, fine. So this is done. And what all here? See, student follow up add, student follow up update, student follow up delete. What is this one? This particular table, the data can be added. Added means it's a new data, and updated. It can be edited. Okay. I mean, there could be some change in the student information, any specific student information, and it can be deleted also. So these are the basic three properties which are available so that we can utilize that one. That's about. So the see, I'm trying to explaining this why we have used ChatGPT, creating the JSON and importing the JSON, all these things. You can directly create this column by yourself also. Like you can create one after the other by clicking on the plus here, you can create new row. All these things are possible, but it takes longer time. And even if you mistake a small mistake, instead of roll number, I put ROLL underscore N0, then everything changes and you need to go into troubleshooting. So to avoid those things, to make it more automated, we are using ChatGPT so that it makes much faster and much correct. Okay, that's the process began this one, right? So with that, this structure is ready. Now we can go ahead with the next step. Okay. So what is the next step? The next step is we need to create one more table that is very compulsory. So once this table is created, we need to create one more table. That is, we call it as a master table. Why this master table is essential? Because that plays a major role in managing the this table. And in future, if you want to have one more table, okay, that means one more table means in the same Excel you will have different sheets. Okay, in that case, that table plays a major role. That and all we are going to see. So that is what we are going to do now. Okay. So how to do that one? Again, there is a JSON available, ready-made JSON. You just copy that. Again, this JSON will be shared by the admin with you. Okay. ESAP's master create JSON, creation JSON. Just copy this, and being JSON, you need not use ChatGPT, nothing. You can directly go to the project application, go down, new table Excel JSON, paste here, upload table. So JSON validation, okay. All tables created, okay. So the table is created. Click on the master project list, go back to CLG, edit. So you could see two tables, that ESAP's master we click on. So you could see the master table is also created. Fine. This ESAP's master ID only referred back to this one. I'll show you in the student follow-up. In the student follow-up, you could see this ESAP's master ID, which is a foreign key. Of course, you need not to worry too much on this. While putting the Excel, we are editing the Excel. Let me explain that. In general, this ESAP master ID is very essential to manage the data. Okay, fine. To that up to extent, we will try to understand this one. Fine. So both the tables are created. Now I have few works with the existing that master table. So I'll go back to the ESAP's master, edit. Okay. Now I'll come down. Okay. Here I need to make a change. So it's a say single table. Now I need to make it as one to many. See, what is one to many? One to many means this table refers to multiple tables. Okay. So it will have many child. This will act as a parent. There would be many child. So your Excel, whatever the current Excel, no, this sheet, that is BSc Max. Okay. This BSc Max is going to act as a child to the master. And similarly, BSc Science would act as another child. Like that, you can have any number of child. So based on the number of sheets, the number of child will vary. Okay, so that's the purpose behind this master child relation. Okay, fine. So with that, this particular part is cleared. And once one to many is declared, you need to save that one. Save. Okay. Project table updated. And again, edit the ESAP's master. Now it is declared as one to many. Now you have a provision to add child table. So now you need to add child table. So I'll one child table is student follow. So 0. Okay. Like that it has created. Okay. Now save. Okay. So we have declared the child table under the master, not under the student follow-up. Student follow-up is a child. So the master is ESAP's master. So ESAP's master is a parent table. Under the parent table, you define the student follow-up. Okay. Fine. Now save. Okay. Now the project table is saved. Now the project is Paka. Now you have a single child with the ESAP master. All things are kept ready. Now we can go to the next level easily. We need to work on the next steps. Okay, fine. With this, I think we have completed the basic setup for the project application. Okay, now we need to create the tables. Okay. Now whatever we have created is we have declared it. We have declared the tables. Now we have to physically create the table. That we are going to see in the next video. With this, we will close this and we will be using the login too. As I explained in the current chapter, we will be using the login too to create the table. That's a purpose in the that would be shared with you in the next video. Please follow. Fine.